Is turning 30 really old, or are we just buying into the stereotype? Do you feel pressured to achieve certain milestones before turning 30 or at 30? Or some people will say once you hit 30, your best years are behind you. But is that really true? Or is society just messing with our brains? My name is Rebecca Iniwa, a Ghanaian-based YouTuber, and welcome to my YouTube channel.
We do this every time. Don't you wanna hit my wine? Don't you wanna hit decline? Soon as you start to change your mind.
Hi, my kings and queens. If today is your first time watching any of my videos, you're welcome. If you're interested in social trend topics, entertainment, and more, this channel is for you. Don't forget to subscribe and also like this video. Share. Okay? And also, for my returning subscribers, you guys know you're always my realist MVPs. Thank you so much for watching my videos and the liking and sharing as well. I really appreciate you guys. So today we're actually going to be talking about a topic that has sparked a lot of debate on social media, in our homes, at our workplaces, turning 30. I'd like us to dive into reasons why, once you turn 30, personally, you feel pressured to have been at a certain point in your life. You feel pressure to achieve certain milestones. So if you haven't, or you're yet to achieve those milestones, you feel pressured. Even in your 20s, right? In your late 20s, you still feel pressured. I'm about to turn 30 soon, and I still haven't, had that breakthrough. I still haven't achieved that milestone yet. Okay, there are so many factors that, drives us to think that once we hit 30, we need to be able to achieve these things. Number one is definitely cultural expectations. Guys, when I say cultural expectation, basically societal expectation, family expectation of us, friends expectation of us. Once you turn 30, I am in Africa, Ghana to be precise, right? So once you're turning 30, even in your late 20s, families, friends, people around you will start questioning. Let's say if you are not married, you're not in a stable relationship with a ring on it, you know what I mean, right? If you haven't had that, career breakthrough, you are not financially stable, all those pressures we put on ourselves when we are turning 30 or even in our 30s. Once you have not achieved, in quotes, societal, expectations, things people are expecting you to have achieved or be striving at your 30s, if you haven't had that, you are so pressured to feel left out. You feel so left out. And I have personally experienced that. I am in my 30s and I still sometimes feel, that there are things I would want to achieve in my 30s that I'm yet to achieve. And also because, because of the content we consume so many times, you feel left behind, right? So cultural expectation definitely plays a major role in why we feel we need to be at a certain point at age 30. Even in your 20s, you're pressured to achieve certain milestones. You're pressured to be at certain points in your life to be able to once you turn 30, you are supposed to have your life figured out. You're supposed to be married. You're supposed to have kids. You're supposed to, be doing well career-wise. Even if you plan on having your own business, you should be thriving at that. If you're in your 20s and you have achieved these things for yourself, come on. That is amazing. But if you're in your 20s, you are in your late 30s, you are in your late 20s, even at 40, and you're still, figuring things out, it's totally okay. Okay. We have confined ourselves into this societal, cultural expectation of us, especially in the African homes where you are turning 30 or you are 30 and you don't have a child. You're not married. Then the questions start rolling in. Why are you not in a stable relationship? Even our own parents are like, that is when the family pressure start coming in. We all have our expectations in life. We all have our pace in life. The fact that somebody is 20 and they are already married, they have kids, they have their life figured out, they have to mean you should also be like that. You are running a different race, okay? So don't feel pressured to go once you don't have all this figured out. You don't have a stable relationship, a stable job, you don't have kids, you're not married, you're not in a promising relationship that in quotes will lead to marriage, then you're left out. Trust me, you're not. Another factor I would like to talk about is media portrayal. Growing up in an African home, we've consumed a lot of Nigerian movies, Ghanaian movies, even foreign movies, right? But most especially in our local movies, like in our Nigerian movies, in our Ghanaian movies, where portrayal of, hitting a certain milestone or getting certain things at your early age. In movies where, women, even in their teens, right? And in 20s are being married. They already have families, kids. So, consuming such content and movies also play a major factor in why we feel so pressured not to have achieved these things in our 30s or in our late 20s, or because we have stories where your grandparents or your mom would tell you that your grandmom got married when they are 20s. Your mom would tell you, I got married in my early 20s. I gave birth in my early 20s. So why are you wasting time? So when you haven't achieved that yet, you feel like you're left behind. You feel like you haven't really. Why? You start asking yourself questions, right? You start asking yourself questions. Why are you not able to achieve these things? Why are you not married? Why don't you have kids? Why don't you have a stable relationship? Why are you not thriving in your career? You don't have a job doing, so many questions you ask yourself comes in mind. And I have been there personally. And I think, we are being too hard on ourselves. 30 is just 3 decades old, honey. You're 30, you're just 3 decades old. If not for anything, take that from me. You're just 3 decades old. You are in your prime years, okay? You are in your prime years. It's not too late when you're in your 30s to still achieve that personal goals you want for yourself. So one thing I would like to talk about is peer comparison. Also been personally at that point in my life where I feel left behind because, there is this friend group you are in that they are all married, if not all, have their own kids, they have their career thriving, they are doing well, they have their own, some even have their own house. They are just doing so well and then you feel left behind. So another place where this pressure comes from when you turn 30 is social media. Social media actually amplifies this pressure. It does. For women turning 30, you can feel your life is over, especially for women. Right? I'm not saying men do not feel pressured to achieve these milestones at 30, but I feel like it's more towards women.
Another thing, what I want for people thinking 30 is old. Genuinely, what do you know at age 30? 1 to 11, you barely know what's going on. 11 to 18, you're a young person, whatever you want to call it. 18 to 25, you're just getting into the real world, you're just seeing what's going on. 25 to 30, maybe you've got a bit more experience with life, but really and truly, life is just starting. Our minds are warped, and to be honest, social media has a big part to play, pop culture has a big part to play. Things like Forbes 30 under 30, 30 young leaders under 30, that sort of thing just gets into people's head that once you hit 30, you're done. Sectors like music or sports make it sound like 30 plus is a bit too late for you to be trying to take this thing seriously. Social media is telling you everybody else bought their first property at 24, 25. Everybody was flying to Mexico, China, India at 21. Everyone's got a German 21 and you're just there and you ain't done none of this and you're pushing 30. Even the more childish aspects of the 30 plus discourse, like you're too old to be on Twitter, you're too old to be on Instagram. Are we gonna act like there aren't real people that see this stuff and feel a type of way? I'm sure there are people 28, 29, 30, 31 looking at some of this stuff and feeling anxious, feeling a type of way because they haven't achieved what social media has told them they need to have achieved by this particular age. I don't even know where I'm going with this, but all I can say is focus on your own lane, focus on yourself, because contrary to popular belief, you're not meant to have your whole life sorted out at 30. Don't get it twisted. If you're achieving things at a young age, big up you. That's cold. I'm not advocating for no bums. If you're 30 and you're a bum and it's because you're not working hard or you're not trying, that's your own business. But if you're not a millionaire at 30, it's not the end of the world.
You know, social media highlights reels only, okay? People post achievements and not struggles. There are a lot of videos on social media that you go through. A lot of people, I'm not saying some do not, but most of the content we consume on social media, about 99%, always showcase people's achievements, making you feel left out. But trust me, one thing you need, I know you hear it from places anywhere, but one thing you need to take from me is this: most of these things are curated just for views. You have to take this from. You see women being scared that they are going to turn 30.
I know it's not just me, but I'm afraid to turn 30. Like, I feel like that 30 number, I know many people say, no, that's when you really start life and you're done with your 20s. I just feel like 30 is such a serious number for me. And I really do believe that's because I'm not like married, I don't have kids. So it's like, it has to happen when I turn in my 30s. And it's like, how's that gonna look? Like, I don't know.
Really, if not anything, 30 you should be grateful you are even turning 30. Let's talk about unrealistic standards. So we consume these things a lot, and we are beginning to think they are actually reality. You know, it becomes, I think personally, it have gotten to a point where we are now confusing social media as actually real life. The fact that you haven't achieved that life success you want to achieve, the fact that you're not married yet, you don't have kids, the fact that you still haven't gotten a house, you're still living with your parents, the fact that you haven't had things figured out at your 30s doesn't mean that is the end for you. No. You are just started. It's your prime years. And I will say this again, I keep repeating it. When you're 30 years, you're just 3 decades old. You are not that old. Life is not over at your 30s. If not for anything, take it from me, you are just getting started in life. So just keep striving. You know, focus on your goals, what your personal goals are, not societal goals. Focus on your own achievements, not someone else's highlighted reel. Okay. And also, if you feel left behind because you are turning 30 or in your 30s, 20s, don't be, because life is just getting started. I want you to celebrate the small wins, the little things, the little wins, celebrate it. Don't compare others' success to yours. Don't let society conform you into thinking you're left behind. Okay. Just work on achieving what your expectations are for yourself, not what society think you should have or not have. Do you, okay? Let me know in the comment section what your thoughts are. Let's have a conversation. I'll be in the comment section responding to your comments. So let me know your view on this particular topic. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and also share my content, okay? I'll see you in the next video. Bye.